Yo, everybody, what's up, and welcome to the NyanCave. My name's Tom, this guy's that guy's NyanDroid.
Hello!
And we are back with some more Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, the most Phoenix of Wright people that I know. And we're gonna save our best girl, our beautiful and amazing spell. And
oh, sorry, Nyan, I need you to refresh the chat.
What?
yeah,
Our chat.
The little button just needs to be pressed to the bottom of it, so we can see. Oh, so close. Oh. Click it. Yes, and we're back. All right. So if you want to tune in for more of this Professor Layton B Ace Attorney action, tune in on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 12:30 p.m. Clay, what do you say we get into it?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Do you have any good segues for a call to action there, Nyanny?
Like, comment, and subscribe. This is a call to action. Do the join thing. What else do YouTubers say?
Buy merch?
Oh, buy merch. Sick merch. Yo. Let's write a song about it. That's what the Pauls do, and the Pauls are the epitome of YouTube. Well, so much for a fun evening at home. The Knights came and crashed our party. They were shouting all about a witch and a witch trial. Talk about coming out of left field. They arrested Isabella and dragged her to the courthouse under suspicion of being one of those witches they mentioned. And if she's found guilty, that's weird.
Guilty.
Oh, you know, they'll only throw her into a pit of fire. They're joking, right?
No, that really, truly happened.
But it's just a story inside a game, so that makes it double not real, right?
Here wasn't holding a scepter in the same hand as a lantern, which means it must have been her other hand.
Oh, interesting. I saved after we did this, and oh god, I did this exactly for this exact reason, where I'm like,
no, I know where we're at. We're okay. Keep going forward, because what we threw it against.
No, it was this one. Hold on.
We'll go forward a little bit, because I thought it was milk bucket.
The accused is holding a milk bucket in the court illustration. Who's to say she wasn't holding the scepter in that hand?
It wasn't this one.
It wasn't.
Oh,
I
that
said,
milk
I think it's this
button.
one, but it wasn't.
Oh dear.
All right. So then it was. I thought it was her in the end. I thought this is where you landed. I think you actually need to throw it both. You could.
The accused is holding a milk bucket in the court illustration. Who says she wasn't also holding a scepter? Yeah, I think it was the bucket.
Yeah, because the bucket, the handle was different.
Yeah.
The handle is a stick there, and it was a chain or something in the other one.
Rope it.
Objection!
All of your testimonies have come to the same conclusion. The scepter was not in her right hand with the lantern. Therefore, it must have been her other hand that was holding the bucket. However, that's not it. Not by a long shot.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, that's not it. I don't know how I could better explain that. Contrary to what one witness stated, the milk bucket was in fact at the crime scene. And you'll also notice something about this bucket. Take another look at the court illustration. Something about that bucket seems a bit odd, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
This illustration was based on eyewitness accounts, so any small discrepancy or two is conceivable.
Objection!
Ooh.
Oh!
Actually, Inquisitor Barnum, it's highly likely that this illustration is much less accurate than you think. In fact, there's a blatant contradiction present in this illustration.
Oh! The music is so good in high def.
Admittedly, it does at first look possible that Miss Cantabella was holding the scepter and the bucket at the same time. However, if you look at the real milk bucket, that possibility goes up in smoke.
Yo, Scott Espinosa.
Or lactose, I don't know. Here, let's look at the real deal. Notice the handle.
That cannot be.
Oh, but it is. This particular milk bucket has two pieces of wood on either side of the handle. If you were to try...
Yo, Rushram! Thank you.
About to take my driving test. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
What do you say when you're like break a leg, but for driving it'd be like break a brake?
Yeah, break a headlight.
Don't hit anybody when you... Never mind.
No, break somebody else's legs. 10 points.
No, and remember, if your driver instructor asks you to parallel park, tell her
No.
you'd rather equilateral park.
Nice. I dig that. I like that. Yeah.
Asymmetrical. If you were to try and hold the scepter in this bucket, well, let's just say that'd be a challenge, to put it simply.
Ooh.
There's no way anyone can hold both the bucket and the scepter at once. Yeah, take that.
That must mean clearly you have the wrong bucket.
We never lie when it comes to milk. That's the very bucket I took.
Looks like the witnesses are as surprised about this as Barnum. The defendant couldn't have been able to hold the bucket and the scepter at once. Also, we've already established that she was not holding the scepter in her right hand. Therefore, the defendant, Miss Isabella Cantabella, was not holding a witch's scepter at any point during the incident.
Oh. Oh, mumble, mumble, mumble. Grumble, grumble. Whoo. What do you have to say about this, chat?
Whoa! Neko Nina, what up?
Yo!
Hey guys, I originally was just gonna watch you play this game. I thought I was too stupid to do the puzzles, but it looked like so much fun that I decided to buy the game and play it for myself.
Nice.
And I actually am really enjoying it.
Yes!
Aw.
Nice.
So glad to hear that, Neko. I'm glad that you watched something, you wanted to play it yourself, and that you're having fun with it. It's so good to hear.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good game.
It's a great
good game.
And if you do get stuck on a puzzle, then you can just check out our stream.
Yeah, we'll eventually find a
figure
solution.
it out.
We'll do it
Eventually.
We'll use Incoin.
Order! Order, I said order! Just what is the meaning of this? In all my days as judge of this court, I've never heard such an argument. These are but a paltry set of words, and yet they ring with such remarkable strength. Your Honor, what you just heard was logic.
Oh my god. That's so sad. Logic, you say? What is it? Is it some sort of sauce?
I don't know. I think he's a DJ.
What is with these two?
Ah, yes.
Oh no, they just silenced Inquisitor Barnum with mere words.
Such foolishness. This must be some type of witchcraft.
Oh my god.
Everything I don't like is witchcraft.
You think?
Wait, do you think...
Could they be witches?
It would seem that the concept of logic does not exist in this world.
Right. Then let's take this chance to knock their case down a peg or two.
I'm worried if we keep this up, we'll all be joining a spell in a one-way trip to the flames.
Objection.
Oh, wow.
Most intriguing. A knight allows his sword to speak for him during battle. You've spoken with a sword of words. So be it. I too shall wield such a blade.
What do you mean?
Sir Blue Knight, there appears to be a hole in this logic of yours.
Oh wow, he learns fast. A hole?
According to earlier testimony, it was believed that the accused had the lantern hanging from her wrist by the handle. No! However, she supposedly dropped it, hence it being covered in mud.
That's right.
You bitch. While that may be true, it does not necessarily mean the accused was therefore unable to use magic. It was merely a question of when she dropped the witch's scepter.
Oh, what do you mean, Inquisitor Barnum?
It is very simple, my lord. The accused, while first holding the lantern and the witch's scepter, cast her magic. Then, she dropped both the lantern and the scepter.
Ah. The witch's scepter was dropped after the spell was cast. Ah, yes, of course, that must be it.
What say you, Sir Blue Knight? That is but a taste of the knightly knowledge of the Inquisition, which you would never expect.
Wow, Sir Barnum got through that baker's witchery like a hot knife through butter.
Oh, it tastes kind of salty to me.
Exemplary, I expected nothing less from the hand of Barnum.
Hand to Barnum. What'd it do, though?
Ooh, you'll be able to shake that powerful hand someday. Oh my god. Barnum, 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 Barnum. Shake my stick, Barnum.
Not Inquisitor. Isn't quite what he first appeared. Yeah, sure seems that way. Just a moment ago, it seems like he'd never heard of logical debate. And now, suddenly, he's using it against us.
I didn't sign up for this.
This guy's no joke, that's for sure.
Now then, most honorable witnesses, I ask that you lend us your aid once more. I request that you all testify to the court once more. Tell us which occurred first, the dropping of the lantern or the casting of the spell.
You bastards. Witnesses, you may begin your testimonies. Tell this court in your own words about the sequence of events that transpired tonight. Witness testimony.
Of course, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignace. Sploosh!
I'm as sure as Snowy is white. I made certain to keep my eyes peeled on that milk bucket after all.
She loves that milk.
Besides, how can you be so sure the lantern fell just because it has a little mud on it?
Oh my god.
These eyes do not lie. I saw the lantern of the accused hands when the incantation was uttered.
Figures. Their testimonies are all over the place now. These four testimonies are most intriguing. The witnesses all saw the same thing, and yet people's memories are evidently quite fickle. They can never be a truly reliable source.
Well then, Professor, with enough poking and prodding, I bet we can really cause their testimonies to crumble.
Of course. We need to exploit their fickle memories to turn this thing around.
We've got this, Nick. We'll press them so hard they won't even remember what they had for breakfast.
I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Do you?
It was bread. You ate bread, Phoenix. You live in a bread store where there's
yeah.
only bread. Just bread and jam.
All right.
Now then, Sir Baker, you may begin your interrogation.
Twiddle my thumbs. Of course, the lantern fell into the ground after the incantation of Ignace. Sploosh.
Hold it. The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that?
I say I am positively positive. I am positive. I heard the voice and sploosh.
That's sploosh. Was that the sound of the lantern hitting the ground? Sounds like a bucket.
Indeed, but of course, do you see?
But if you look at the lantern, you'll notice that the glass is shattered. You specifically said you heard a sploosh. Shouldn't you have heard the sound of glass shattering when it hit the ground?
The sound of glass shattering. No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift.
What?
What was that?
What is that?
Is she gonna interject here?
It looks like she's thinking about something.
I was present in the area a bit farther away from the crime scene, you see. I have no recollection of hearing such a sound.
No recollection.
Precisely so. That's all. I'll have you know I can easily hear a dog barking across the town. Do not underestimate my hearing.
I wasn't. Relax, Grandpa.
He kind of looks like a pencil.
There is nothing of interest in his testimony. Will the witness of the goat please proceed with her testimony?
Oh, right. You mean us. You startled us, didn't you, Snowy? Quite so, my dear. Okay. So, I'm as sure as Snowy is white. I made certain to keep my eyes peeled on that milk bucket after all.
But earlier, you stated that Miss Cantabella had the lantern hanging from her wrist.
Well, not quite. We didn't say for certain. We only believed it was on her
Oh my
wrist.
god, I hate you so much. Believed?
Yes, precisely. You know how you sniff milk when you're not quite sure if it's gone bad? and then your nose is assaulted by that foul odor that you weren't expecting. Well, it's a bit like that.
Heed my words, madame. Do not make a habit of stealing, for your own safety. I will drop you to a pit of fire if I catch you.
We said we're sorry. Please, it was all Snowy's fault.
Oh, brother.
Anyways, we can confidently say that we both saw the milk bucket, right, precious? And for the lantern falling, we don't know much about that, do we, Snookums? Besides, how can you be so sure the lantern fell just because it had a little mud on it?
Hold it!
What do you mean?
Well, maybe the mud was already on the lantern before any of this happened. Did you ever think of that?
Before any of this happened.
Like, maybe it's been there since last week. I'm sorry. It did rain last week too, after all. And if that's the case, then there really isn't any point arguing about that, or whether or not she dropped the lantern, right?
Indeed. What say you, Defender? I say, take a closer look at the lantern. You'll notice there's mud on the glass.
Mud on the glass?
The lantern wouldn't be very useful with all that mud blocking out the light. Miss Kira, I'd say your little theory regarding this lantern is muddy at best.
Oh, you got him! You got him, Phoenix!
I could point at witnesses till the cows come home.
No later, though, because it would be dark.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dark Iron Yoshi, no, don't.
But that wouldn't turn this testimony into anything I can use. I've got to find a lead somewhere.
Can we ban him for being too clever and rude at the same time?
Well, at least I do not lie. I saw the lantern in the accused's hands and the incantation before it.
This is important. Are you sure you really saw that lantern?
You are but a petty baker, are you not? It is not your place to be telling me what is important. There is but one thing of importance. Ridding this town of witches as quickly as possible.
Objection!
Hardly. I'd say this is far more important.
What?
We're trying to find out the truth here.
How absurd. That girl is a witch, I say. A witch. I would stake my entrance into the Knights of the Inquisition on it.
Oh, thank God.
If you heard that, Barnum.
Listen well, whelp.
Help.
Yes, Sir Barnum.
Many young men within the ranks of the knighthood share your level of passion. However, you let your ambition completely blind you, the same way that a muddy lantern leaves one blind and helpless in the dark.
What?
This guy. Yes, indeed. I would say he's quite the tough motivator.
What do you think, Nick? Do you notice anything fishy?
Yeah, possibly. I think there may be something I can use.
Really? Wow! I didn't hear anything special.
There was definitely something out of place about that one witness's testimony. It was something I haven't noticed from any other witnesses so far. It appears you found something, Mr. Wright. A 4-witness cross-examination. This is something I've never done before. But then, maybe there's another way I should be tackling this. I believe it is worth trusting that intuition, Mr. Wright.
With a puzzle.
Okay, got it. All right, let's try pressing that old man one more time. Fuck, who could that
One
be?
more time. Of course, the lantern fell to the ground after the incantation of Ignace. Sploosh!
Hold it!
The lantern fell after the incantation. Are you positive about that?
I say I am positively positive that I am positive. I heard the voice and then the sploosh.
That sploosh. Was that the sound of the lantern hitting the ground?
Indeed, but of course, do you see? Do you see?
But if you look at the lantern, you'll notice that the glass is shattered. You specifically said you heard a sploosh.
Yes,
Shouldn't you have heard the sound of glass shattering when it hit the ground?
but don't follow. The sound of glass shattering. No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift. Stop doing that, woman.
Ah! There it is. Right there. I knew I heard something strange.
Huh? But old Graybeard didn't say anything weird.
Maya, it's not the old guy that said something weird. It's the person next to him.
Next to him?
This
Look there,
bitch.
Professor! The goat lady! She looks really deep in thought.
It would seem she has noticed something odd in this elderly gentleman's testimony. Oh, shoot, wrong.
That's right. These cross-examinations have 4 witnesses. Hey, Nick, it looks like we're not the only ones paying attention to these testimonies.
You're right. Which means if they're all listening to each other's testimonies. Correct, Mr. Wright. Each witness is fully aware of themselves and their own actions when in the middle of their own testimonies. However, it is while listening to the testimonies of others that the witnesses may sometimes reveal the most valuable information. I see. It's habitual. They can't tell they're doing it, but I can. And I'm going to use it to turn the tide back in our favor. In fact, I do believe I may have spotted our first opening in which to test this new technique. Mr. Wright, can I draw your attention to the touchscreen? The touchscreen? Sliding the magnifying glass during a witness's testimony will allow you to shift your focus across other witnesses.
Oh my.
This is really cool.
Right. So the important thing here isn't the witness that's in mid-testimony, it's the other 3 witnesses listening. It's just a matter of catching them off guard and questioning them.
What are you waiting for, Nick? Let's give it a shot. How about we try questioning the goat lady next to the old Graybeard?
Okay. All I have to do is slide the magnifying glass over to that witness.
The sound of glass shattering. No, I'm afraid I failed to catch your drift.
Oh?
Eh.
Oh, cool.
Hang on!
Hang on! Hang on. Excuse me, Miss Mary, if that's your real name.
Well, Mary had a little lamb.
Nope.
Do,
not this
do
one.
you mean us? But Snowy and I have
Face
nothing
is
else
white
left
as
to say.
snow.
I don't see the resemblance.
Is anybody? I just picked up on that.
More
Anybody
like, bah, bah, black
A
sheep.
sheep.
Have you any fur?
else? Yeah.
I knew it. I caught her completely by surprise. Mr. Wordsmith just gave his testimony. He told us all about the sound he heard when he heard the lantern hit the ground. Mr. Wordsmith didn't seem too sure, but I wonder if you might happen to have something to say about this.
Well, that's, Is that all right, Sir Barnum? May we answer the question?
Do what you will, madame. There is no need for formalities.
Huh.
Well, we'll try to explain, won't we, Snowy? The truth is, we did hear something. That is to say, we heard the sound of the lantern's glass shattering. We're sure of it. It was frighteningly loud. It quite startled us, didn't it, Snowy dear? I looked in the direction of the sound, but I couldn't see anything, let alone the girl or those 2 thieves. It was a tad dark, after all.
On the glass shatter, the flame inside must have gone out, hence she could not see them. That seems to be the gist of it.
Then as I peered into the darkness, I heard it.
You heard it. What did you hear exactly?
You know, that! I heard... Oh. The incantation for the spell Ignace.
What did you just say?
I love the judge's face. Oh, no. hold it right there, witness.
Yes, my lord.
The glass shattered when the lantern fell. Then, after that, you heard the incantation for the spell, Ignace. Do you swear to this court that this is without a doubt correct?
Yes. Maybe, I think.
How about my testimony? What of my oriental observation? What blasted spell of Ignace occurred first? Then the lantern plummeted to the ground.
I heard no such thing. There was no sound of shattering glass.
Not only is she blind, she is also deaf.
But her sense of smell, man.
Absurd.
Super keen.
Simply absurd. So the lantern fell and the glass shattered. That does not change the fact that this girl is a witch.
Oh my god, Nidal, shut up.
Objection.
I hate to disappoint you, but that's not quite the case. In fact, this testimony changes a lot. Wouldn't you agree, Inquisitor Barnum? What is the meaning of this? Let's go over what we know so far. In order for a witch to use magic, they must be holding a witch's scepter. And yet, none of the 4 witnesses saw the defendant holding a scepter of any kind. Oh, that's because the scepter's made to disappear with the spell Demire, correct? Demire, I don't know. At the time of the crime, the 2 victims grabbed Miss Cantabilla's arm, causing her to drop the lantern to the ground. At that time, she was in fact holding an invisible scepter. Then the scepter must have fallen when she dropped the lantern. Now, let's say, hypothetically, that Miss Cantabella really is a witch. In order to use any magic, she would have had to recite the spell before dropping the scepter. However, as our witness, Miss Mary, has just stated in her testimony, she heard the incantation for Ignace after hearing the lantern's glass shatter.
What?
Woo! You do all understand what that means, don't you? It means that Miss Cantabella, the supposed witch you've locked up, could not possibly have cast any magic. Therefore, the defendant, Espella Cantabella, is clearly in no way, shape, or form a witch.
Release and go of that hot air. Such frivolity. Do you realize what you are insinuating? Do you really think that she is not a witch?
Such nonsense. Did any of you even listen to my testimony? We did, but you're wrong. There was no glass shattering. Are you calling me a liar, Missy? Oh, you couldn't even see the mud on the lantern when it was plain as day. Plain as day.
Oh, ridiculous claims, all of you.
Oh, hush. Take your little toy sword and go back to playing pretend, Sir Knight.
Witnesses, this is a court of law, not a playground. Must I remind you of the importance of these proceedings? Witches and their magic threaten our fair town of Labyrinthia. Your words here today could decide the fate of every single citizen within our walls. Do you understand? As such, I expect each of you to take your role seriously and testify honestly about what you saw.
In all my days of judge of this court, I have never seen such behavior. Behavior that leads a cloud of doubt over the credibility of each of your testimonies.
Indeed, my lord. Quite a miserable set of witnesses, this lot.
I see. It would appear this trial has come to a sudden halt. Huh? So that must mean... Quite right. Means you've won this trial, Mr. Wright. We've won! I can hardly believe the situation we found ourselves in.
I don't know if we won.
I did not anticipate this trial ending with such a strange turn of events. But due to these witnesses' dubious credibility, I can see no reason to continue.
Just eating flowers.
What say you, Inquisitor
I
Barnum?
don't know, man. As you wish, my lord.
What is going on?
Are you gonna let this witch run free through the town?
Curses! If it wasn't for that witch and her friends.
Hold
it!
Oh, what?
Wait a blooming second.
Some guy.
Oh,
Even close to being over.
oh man, some guy.
Oh my gosh.
Some dude.
He's.
Not before I take the stake to testify.
The final boss descends.
Order! Order! Who is this buffoon?
He's the one who provides the cream for my coffee. Oh, wow, hi.
Who am I, you ask? Who am I? Why? I'm the man that's gonna single-handedly save this trial. I'm the 5th witness.
If I just leave it here long enough, he'll die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Eventually, he's gotta die.
Say what?
Say what?
What?
Barnum didn't see this one coming.
Just as I thought. This trial isn't going down before the drain before I got here. Okay, you lot, assemble. We need a strategy meeting ASAP.
I see. Who are you?
Thank goodness you showed up. We can't give up now, everyone.
Yeah, it's come down to this. Arms, everyone. We shall battle against the baker and that hat seller.
That seller. I can't believe this. What the heck is going on? Truly fascinating. It seems a new witness has taken the stand. I need I need that everyone's included in Smash meme. With some guy joins the fray.
Some guy chugs the competition.
I can see his moveset already.
What's more, he appears to be quite the formidable witness.
What the hell?
This is bullshit. You can't do this in
They're
court.
colluding. They are colluding
Yeah,
right
what
now.
is this? Ring around the rosy. This trial is still far from over. Some guy mugs the opposition.
Oh no!
To be continued, more like 2P continued. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Wow. What a ride.
Yeah. Do you want to save?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so.
Seems alright.
There is no collusion, and we are not a cult. Glory to Nyankind. It's simple. I know. Peeking, what is happening? This is the thing. When they're like, "Oh, it's over. You've won." I'm like, "No, way."
Didn't feel good. Well then, we will now continue with the trial of Vespella Cantabella. Oh boy. A group of witnesses huddling up before a joint testimony in a witch trial. You can't make this stuff up. Inquisitor Barnum, if I ask you a question.
My lord.
We now have 5 witnesses on the stand, so I must ask. Why was this obnoxious-looking man left out of your initial group of witnesses?
Because I hate him.
Baldy's right, Barnum. That's just cold-blooded.
There is but one reason, my lord. I did not know this witness even existed.
Huh?
You, sir, failed to come forward. When we were asking for witnesses for this very trial, you were nowhere to be seen.
That's because I didn't hear a peep about it. I ain't usually around at night, except for maybe at Rogue's Tavern.
I can see the fan art being drawn right now.
No, Clay!
So, you're telling us that you were up all night drinking.
Anyway, it's all water under the bridge now, as far as I'm concerned. Just leave the rest to yours truly.
During the last interrogation, the defender brought forth some surprising proof. Namely, that there was a little possibility that the accused could have used magic.
Oh, Rouge. Sorry, Rouge.
Rouge.
Not Rogue.
Cafe Rouge, I would rogue too. I have never heard such a claim. It must be the doing of this logic you speak of.
What rubbish? Logic, you say? I ain't got a clue what that is. But I do know that this bread bacon. Baker ought to head back to the bakery.
Trying to make a pun, but lost it along the way, I think, there.
Eloquently said.
Oi, Gramps, give me and my partners over here a chance to speak. You want to know how this witch managed to be holding that scepter, don't you?
This is great music. Just really encompasses the whole thing that's happening right now. Someone's life is endangered. They're going to be burned alive. Burned alive by a pack of liars.
I was hoping the bar would be coming on that.
Yeah.
Burned alive by
Burned
a pack of liars.
Oh, there is no fire like the pyre.
Oh my god.
Oh, when you say Gramps, you wouldn't mean me, would you?
I fail to see how anyone else meeting such a description.
Says the old guy. Funny joke.
We'll show you she's a witch. Oh, I'll bet Snowy's beautiful white coat on it.
All right.
All right, team, let's do this. Witnesses, who?
Yes, well, let us proceed with the testimonies. Why do I feel like I've totally lost control of this situation?
It's clear as day. Espella's a witch. We are not backing down on this. Delicious.
When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not in her hands yet.
The scepter must have been hidden by the magic carried on and being carried on her back.
Oh! Ow!
Hey, banana! Barney
Banani. I don't know. That's a fun name to say. Thank you so much for joining the membership for the NyanCave. It's hugely appreciated. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Actually, is our members' date night, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there, and hop into our Discord so you get more information about that. You got our members' room there. And,
Yeah. Sync
thank
up
you.
with that. Check the pins. The thing is in there, so put a game and
And if
tell
you
us
haven't
about
joined
something you
already,
like.
there's a join button down below.
Yeah, there is. If you want to get to our date nights, those are always fun.
Join
or
us.
Interesting.
Join
We're not a cult, though.
No, but join us.
That's
It's a lot
how
of fun.
you leave.
We have a ball pit in the back.
What are we, TumblrCon?
It's called DashCon.
Oh, right. What are we going through chat? Exclamation point Barney?
Yep.
Nice.
The rose grabbed her by the hand that held the lantern, so she must have had another way of holding that scepter.
That's easy. The girl put the bucket on the ground and picked up the witch's magic stick.
So, she had the witch's scepter behind her back. Then she dropped the lantern and reached for the scepter as it fell. After it fell. If that is the case, then it must have been possible for the accused to have used magic. He told us his name. He's some guy. This is bad. Thanks to this guy, now the witnesses seem extra determined to pin this thing on Espella. They each harbor a shared anger towards witches and magic. Such is the cause of their strong desire to see a guilty verdict passed as quickly as possible.
I wonder if it's 'cause
However-
they burned down their town that one time.
Such confidence is undoubtedly bound to cloud their better judgment and thinking. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think these guys mean any real harm, except for to burn an innocent girl, but they're all riled up. They don't even realize how distorted their idea of what happened tonight has become. Oh my god, he's just got the bottle looking to club somebody. Jesus.
Yeah. And as far as Matatat said, I'd love to see a NyanCon. We actually had NyanCon 2018. We had 3 people come out.
Yep.
It was a great first year.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun playing.
Drake was supposed to come, but he had something come up last minute.
It was
4 people.
Actually, honestly, I blame them because
4 people.
4 people. Oh yeah, right, 4 people. I blame people because they didn't retweet enough.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have been retweeting us.
Well, the lineup was so long. Actually, only 4 people could get in.
Right,
was what it was.
Yeah.
At least that's how it seems.
This isn't good, Professor. The witnesses aren't thinking straight. They're completely blind to the truth.
Sir Baker, Sir Wright. Yes. You do not appear You do not appear to be a simple baker. Not much is clear. On the other hand, you are no ordinary defender either.
Hey, Mega Hossie! Edgeworth is lucky he wasn't here instead of Phoenix. The total disregard for logic would have given him an aneurysm.
I assume that he won't, but it'd be super cool to get an Edgeworth in here for a little bit, if just to see his 3D sprite.
if only just to see his 3D sprite.
They did a really good job with 3D sprite. Has a defender managed to clash to battle with me on the battlefield as an equal?
I guess 3D model. Thanks,
Sir
Mega.
Blue Knight. This trial has not yet been decided. If there's any doubt in your interrogation, I will not hesitate to strike your case down where it stands.
Hey, what did my case do to you? Rude. I understand. Defender, please begin your interrogation. Cross-examination.
It's clear as day. Espella's a witch, and we're not backing down on this.
Not backing down, you say?
That's right. Espella's a witch. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
This is a courtroom, Miss Kira. We're not interested in your story. We're interested in the truth.
You know what I think? I think stories have the power to touch our lives in really meaningful ways.
What do you mean?
Last year, I read a book about a flower girl who brought peace to the world with all the pretty flowers she sowed. Because of that story, now I tell myself, Kira, one day you'll fill the world with beautiful flowers of your own. That story inspires me to sell more flowers. It's pretty much the same as this trial.
Maybe she's talking about like a funeral.
What a very touching story.
Indeed, I have heard nary a truer tale. Wouldn't you agree, Sir Blue Knight?
Maybe it's just me, but I'd have preferred something a little more relevant. I'm afraid our logic may do us no good here. Let's move on to the next witness, shall we?
When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not in her hands yet.
No matter how many times we ask, you still say you didn't see the scepter, huh, Gramps?
I ask you, youngling, were you paying attention to this trial?
Yes.
Well then, magic made the scepter invisible, did it not? Thus, my old age clouding up my vision had nothing to do with anything. The scepter actually vanished.
No. What I'm saying is, if it really was invisible, you wouldn't have been able to actually prove it.
Not so, young one. You know, we can prove it. This girl's a witch, and you're proof. So, my old age clouding up my memories has nothing to do with anything. The scepter magically vanished, you see.
Okay, we get it.
When the lantern fell, you claimed the scepter was still not in her hand yet, so that means...
The scepter must have been hidden by magic and carried on her back.
Hold it!
The witch's scepter was behind her back.
Well, it's like my little snowflake here. Whenever my darling gets too heavy, I hoist him up and carry him on my back.
You mean your baby goat, right?
Yes, yes. There isn't a cuter goat in this entire courtroom. Right, Precious?
The only goat in the courtroom. I know it's been asked already, but you didn't see the witch's scepter, did you?
Well, no, but it must have been made invisible by magic and then put on her back. You know, Snow is still such a tiny little thing. If I put him on my back, you can hardly see him.
I hardly see the point of that comment. So, the accused grabbed the witch's scepter after the lantern fell.
The rogue grabbed her by the hand, held that lantern, so she must have had the other way, another way holding that scepter. There it is.
Are you all right?
What? Why?
Why? Well, for one thing, you're hiding behind what I assume is a shield.
Well played, Blue Knight. You managed to see through my steel guard technique.
Your steel what technique?
You tried to penetrate the depths of my mind to deceive me once with your witchcraft words, but you will find your words are futile against the strength of my shield crafted from the wood harder than steel. Now then, have at you! Attack me if you dare!
No, just listen for a second. Looking at this sketch, it's quite clear the accused could not have held the scepter in the same hand as she was carrying the lantern. Witness, explain to the court just how the accused held the scepter.
That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's the magic stick.
She put the milk bucket down.
That's right. I reckon if she did that, she'd have no problem holding that thing.
Objection!
But none of the other witnesses have said anything about seeing her put the bucket on the ground.
But no one said a thing about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right?
Oh, there's a bunch of questioning. Excuse me, Miss Kira. I should have attacked the knight, though.
Yes? What is it?
Tell me, what do you think of this witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one said anything about this until now.
Why, you're right. How odd. Everyone must have simply forgotten, myself included.
Huh?
But, yeah, Espella definitely did put the milk bucket down.
She would.
That way, she was able to easily grab her scepter and use magic. Easy peasy, right?
The nerve, Nick! It looks like she's trying to peg Espella as a witch every chance she gets.
Really? I don't know how much more of this testimony I can stand.
It's clear as day. Espella's a witch. We're not backing down on this.
Oh.
When she dropped the lantern, the scepter was not in her hands yet.
This...
Hold it!
She put the milk bucket down.
That's right.
But no one said anything about not seeing her put the bucket down either, right?
I wonder.
Everybody.
Literally
Everybody.
It's this guy, though. No one said about not seeing her put the bucket down.
Yeah, he has like the Alex Jones vibes of like, your words are turning the frogs gay.
Excuse me, Mr. Nidal. Tell me, what do you think about this witness's testimony just now? He claims the accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one said anything about this up until now.
I am reminded of but one thing, sir. A battle tactic important to any knight. Imagine, in one hand you hold your sword and in the other hand your shield. When suddenly from the shadows an itch of epic proportion takes your back. What doth one do? Indeed, what can one do? Well, let me tell you. one must drop one's sword and fell that unholy edge with a well-timed scratch of one's back.
Right.
A crafty witch would surely use the same tactic, would she not? I call it my signature backstab attack of great justice.
Why wouldn't you just scratch your back with your sword?
That's how you stab yourself.
What? No, you can't do that.
That's what happens.
Right.
By the way, be wary using that tactic in battle. I find my opponents rarely give me ample time to remove my armor and scratch.
Thank you for that, Mr. Nidal. No further questions.
Mr. Nidal sure takes the whole night thing super seriously, huh?
Sheesh, I guess it's back to the drawing board. Okay, I guess it's the old man then, because he talked about the sploosh.
Sploosh!
Get that sploosh on, chat.
Yeah, the sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. Oh, no.
No,
Someone just left their laptop open.
Huh?
Hold it!
I'll just let that one go for a bit. She put the milk bucket down.
Objection!
Oh, sorry. I thought we were going through it because it.
Yeah, we've already seen this conversation.
Yeah. No one said they're not going to put a bucket down either. Oh my god.
Hang on!
GD also doesn't get the joke.
No, it's okay. Excuse me, Mr. Wordsmith. Blah gets the joke.
Blah, explain.
What is it?
When you leave your laptop open, it's got the porn playing and it goes a sploosh, sploosh, sploosh.
It's kind of a bit of a stretch for the joke.
Why would you make me explain that?
I don't have a laptop.
I wasn't talking about you. This is saying anyone in general.
You're all looking at pornography. Kids today.
Tell me, what do you make of this witness's testimony just now? He has stated that the defendant put the bucket on the ground. The other witness has never mentioned that.
Let me tell you something, young man. Long have I lived and prospered. In that time I have forgotten much. Dreams, aspirations, my wife, even love of my wife and children. Where are they? Oh my god, I left Billy at soccer practice. I never picked him up. Oh, that was 20 years ago. I simply forgot about the milk bucket. Like one would forget about a single drop of water within the bucket of his life.
Thank you for that, Mr. Wordsmith. No further questions.
Get out. You got that a little wrong. Hentai is art. Okay. I
So are
still don't
streams,
understand a
technically.
single word that comes out of his mouth, Nick.
Sheesh, gets us back to the drawing board. Wow, we managed to mess this up real good.
There's only one person left. And also the only splooshing that's happening on my phone, which is where I watch all of my media, is when I'm watching cannonball compilations on YouTube.
Wow.
Where they're, we're cannonball sploosh.
Oh.
See? It was a bit delayed because I didn't want to interrupt, but I thought
Right.
about this a while back.
Right.
No, it didn't just happen right now.
No. I wonder if he had to press all of them.
Oh. Excuse me, Miss Mary.
Whom hath a little lamb?
You mean Snowy and me?
Tell me, what do you think of this witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one has said anything about that until now.
That must be how it happened. The girl probably placed the milk bucket on the ground. Yes.
Miss Mary, you did not mention anything to that effect in your previous testimony. And yet, you clearly stated that one thing you were specifically focused on more than anything else was the milk bucket. Ergo, you shouldn't be able to confirm the court whether or not the bucket really was placed on the ground.
Objection!
One's memory is not flawless, Sir Blue Knight. Pay attention to what a witness was saying.
the accused probably placed the milk bucket on the ground. There is the possibility such was the case.
Yes, that's right. Isn't it, my little cuddle pumpkin?
You think it's gonna be the sheep that rats on it? Rats on?
I knew it. There's something fishy about her testimony, but indeed, it would seem we require a decisive piece of evidence if we were to expose the contradictions in these witnesses' testimonies. Yeah, I just have to think of what that could be.
It's as clear as day. Spella's a witch. We're not backing down on this.
Well, I think it's gonna be her. Do you think you have to go into that discussion, then into her rebuttal, and then present something against that? Or
Yeah, I think you need to like talk to her again.
Yeah.
What?
Put the milk, I just want to see if I can go further in this conversation, or if it always ends there.
I think you have to do it to her now.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but
There you go. These lot probably just didn't see it happen is all. Never question a witness. That's what me pappy always said. Ain't a doubt in my mind that witch put the bucket down before using that scepter.
If that is indeed accurate, then it would seem we have found our truth.
these testimonies, something's definitely not right here.
What do you think, Nick?
There's no way this disappearing scepter explains what actually happened. I mean, no one saw anything. How could anyone prove it was there?
This is starting to get really annoying.
They can talk all they want about an invisible scepter, but no way is anything slipping under my radar. I do believe that is correct, Mr. Wright. Somehow, we must find a clue that can lead us to another opening. Yeah, you're right. I think Mr. Personality over there may be the key to doing just that. So press the lady again?
Like that bump. I think maybe. Because
Yeah,
we've unlocked. Oh, look at how she is shocked.
The scepter must have been hidden behind them by magic and carried on her back.
I wonder if like it actually bugged, because usually her eyes aren't like that. I don't know.
No, I just have seen some shit, Captain. I'm sorry.
The witch's scepter was behind her back. Oh, sorry. There you
It
go.
seems to be the same.
Come back.
Yeah.
I hardly see him. Yeah.
Are we going through his, or are we gonna like? Okay, so my thing is, do you think that we can go into some guy's testimony?
Yeah. Which one?
Then into the
Which
sheep
guy?
Mary. No, some guy.
Yeah. Which one?
Yeah, some guy.
Some guy.
Yeah, just go into some guy's testimony,
Okay.
right? And then in his testimony, we go to her testimony,
Okay.
Mary's, and then present evidence against what she's saying.
I don't think we can do that.
Okay. That's what I'm curious about. I don't know if we can. But this is the thing. So I think you're right about him. The rogue grabbed by the hand that held the lantern, so must have had the other one holding the scepter. Which means that you can't again because of the bucket.
What?
Oh no, sorry, another way of holding the scepter.
Oh yeah.
That's easy. The girl just put the bucket down on the ground and picked up the witch's the magic stick.
What's interesting about that is how could she have picked it up if it was invisible? And if it wasn't
Wow,
invisible,
but
then someone would have seen it.
She's a witch. Okay. What do you got for evidence? What do we got? The details of this are... Oh, wouldn't it be muddy?
Ooh.
But it was found on the ground anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter.
That is true, though.
But wouldn't it be muddy?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Like
where's
even
the
though it
beginning?
was found in the bushes, wasn't it found in the bushes?
Yeah. Okay, so drop the lantern. It was not yet in her hands.
Oh no, hidden by magic and carried on her back.
Yeah.
Hold it!
She put the milk bucket down.
That's right. I reckon she did.
But none of the other witnesses said anything about seeing her put the bucket on the ground.
But no one said a thing about not seeing her put the bucket on the ground. Yeah. No one did they?
Hang on!
Well, mud on the bucket, I guess, but the bucket would have hit the ground anyway. Excuse me, Miss Mary.
Huh? You mean snowing me?
Tell me, what do you think of the witness's testimony just now? The accused placed the bucket on the ground. No one's saying about this until now.
Oh, that's because that's how it must have happened. The girl probably placed the milk bucket on the ground, yes.
Objection.
Mary didn't mention it in effect previous testimony. And yet you clearly stated one thing you were specifically focused on, one thing was the milk bucket.
Oh!
Ergo, you should be able to confirm to the court whether or not the bucket was really placed on the ground.
Objection.
When memory is not flawless in Blue Knight, pay attention to what the witness is saying. Probably bucket on the ground.
Possibility of such a case.
Yes, that's right, isn't it, my little cuddle pumpkin?
I knew there was something fishy about your testimony, but indeed, due to a piece of evidence, we were to expose the contradiction in these witnesses' testimonies. Yep.
Yeah, I think we should send the bucket and be like, there should be mud on it if it was put on the ground where she was standing.
Well, but it was eventually put on the ground where she was standing.
I don't think we should worry about that right this moment.
Well, he did say there's something wrong with her testimony. I just need a decisive piece of evidence.
Well, this is the only one where it says they put the bucket on the ground. We questioned
okay.
everyone, though.
Okay, so let's look at the bucket. What are the details of the bucket? No details, eh?
I say send it. I say get silly and send it.
And okay, do you want to just look at the other evidence real quick, like the scepter? Not details, just what it says about it.
But this is all about the bucket.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, send the bucket. Although I feel pretty good.
Because, like, I don't know, we questioned everyone else. Possibility of the bucket, piece of decisive evidence.
Man, why can't we have some guy, not that some guy, but a different guy, like, come in and be like, haha, look at this evidence I found that proves she's innocent.
Gumshoe out of nowhere in Labyrinthia.
Yeah.
Go to the lantern real quick. Like, the thing is, and I get why we'd send the bucket, so I'm pretty good about sending the bucket. The thing is, like, this is covered in mud. Wouldn't the bucket be covered in mud? Versus sending the bucket and it'll be clean. So yeah, send the bucket, I guess. In my opinion.
Ah. Yeah, I can get on board with either the bucket or the lantern.
Right. I feel better about the bucket because I feel like you'd be like, but this bucket is clean. Versus.
Objection.
Yeah. I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple.
What? What you talking about?
It had only just stopped raining moments before the crime took place, and as a result, the ground was very muddy. If Miss Cantabella really placed this bucket on the ground, like you claim she did, then it should be caked with mud, just like the lantern was after it fell. Well, I'd say that about clears up your muddy testimony, wouldn't you?
Well, hey, Barnum!
What?
You're just gonna sit there looking pretty? Come on, give me a hand here.
Flattery will get you nowhere, witness. Other than perhaps to the dungeon. And there is but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on the bucket? To the witness with the goat, may I ask you a question?
Oh, are you talking to us?
Indeed, you admitted to the court that you returned home with that bucket of milk illegally, I must add.
My, such harsh words, Inquisitor.
She likes it.
When you took the bucket home, you must have simply wiped the mud from the bucket. Is that correct?
Oh God, she's seeing it. The vision.
I see it. I see it all. The scepter. Oh, yes, the magic spell. You know, now that you mention it,
No way. Don't tell me.
that milk bucket. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I don't know if it was on the bucket or I don't know if what was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty. Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag.
Oh no. Are you kidding me?
Oh no. Exceptional work, Inquisitor Barnum.
Right. It all makes perfect sense. See? We were right all along, weren't we, Inquisitor Barnum?
I knew that sword weren't just for show. Barnum, you sliced his argument in two.
Witness. Miss Mary.
What is it?
You're absolutely sure there was mud stuck to this bucket?
Oh my. Well, truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud exactly, but I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home.
It would seem the defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that, we can be quite certain.
Ha ha! That'll teach you, Bluey. You got that right. Do me a favor, will you, Gramps? I want to change my testimony a tiny bit.
Oh no. I mean, oh yes.
I will allow it only if the witness refrains from name-calling in the future.
You got it, my lord. Well, all this court mumbo-jumbo has left me thirstier than a dog in a desert.
Glope, 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 glope. I'll have a drink too.
Me three.
That witch there was holding the stick. I even heard her say the incantation thingy. That's right. I witnessed it all.
Is this the same testimony, but...
Yeah.
We gotta press him again.
I'll do that. Yeah, we gotta press him again.
Hold it!
But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella dropped the milk bucket on the ground.
Because there was no mud on it. Is that what you were saying?
Hey, we went over this already. We know the goat lady wiped off all the mud.
Objection!
However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud stuck on the bucket.
Oh, we really don't remember, but maybe? Oh, I guess maybe there was mud on it. I mean, she couldn't hold the scepter without putting the bucket on the ground.
Yeah, bah.
Choyaba.
Bah. Miss Mary, please give a definitive answer.
You all done, Bluey? Talk all you want, cause it ain't gonna help. You see, the five of us, we saw what that witch went and did. We saw it as clear as day.
Hang on!
Look at that wiggly boy.
Oh, jeez.
Excuse me, mister? God, he's having a vision.
I'm going through some shit.
Earth to Gramps.
Yeah, it's the LSD flashbacks.
Defender, when you say Gramps, might you by any chance be referring to me? No, of course not, Your Honor. Mr. Wordsmith, are you listening?
Oh.
I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man. These ears hear all the crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowd, and now, your voice.
If that's the case, then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. Do you have something to say about this man's testimony?
Indeed so. I felt like something was amiss, however. What that means I cannot say.
A miss.
Witness, could you tell us?
You okay?
It's the wrong thing. It's Barnum. I thought it was this guy. I was waiting for Yanni's voice, but it's not. It's me.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Where's the name?
It's that little brown box right
Oh. What precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from a third-rate witness?
there. What a burn, Barnum. If a little delayed.
5 heads are better than 1. 10 eyeballs are better than 2. As I listened to this man's testimony, I could not help but become aware of something most odd. Tonight, when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeating through the air, and the shadow of those present cast through the dim light.
That wasn't dinner. Those were burning corpses.
Smells like chicken. And yet, there were but 4 figures standing in that vicinity, myself included.
4? Hold on 1 second. You're saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene tonight. I'm telling you, Kira's a witch.
I know, right? We said it from the beginning, and I didn't say. I just silently agreed.
I think she's a delightful flower girl who's not.
She's a witch!
These eyes may be old, but they know what I say so.
Is something the matter, Miss Mary?
No, I mean, it's quite contrary, but it's just that Snowy and I are trying to remember what happened at that time. I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save the precious milk. And when those 2 ruffians were set ablaze, the flames filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, we could see that there were 4 other people around besides us. And that's when I saw them, the other people that scrambled to the scene along with us. I'm quite sure of it. There were only 4 of us at the scene of the crime.
Hold it, madam. What in blazes is going on?
Is this Roka and the 6 Blaze?
We have 5 witnesses on the stand, all claiming to have witnessed tonight's events firsthand. That means we have 1 witness too many.
Oh no!
Don't be Oh, it's you.
Oi, you better stop speaking out of turn. All for one and one for all, remember? We promised to take this witch down together, didn't we?
It's not quite that simple. We saw what we saw.
Well, I say it's about the numbers, and I counted, I say. I'll have you know that my counting is flawless. One night when I was asleep eludes me. I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise.
4 witnesses, 5 witnesses. What difference does it make? Things all started getting muddled when you showed up.
Oh.
What the? You saying it's my fault?
Brazzers.
Damn!
I was there, you fool! Didn't I just finish saying that?
My testimony is strong as steel, even if it's not completely stainless.
Order! I said order. Well, what? What is going on here? You claim the number of witnesses does not add up. I've never paid such witness to such an outrageous conflict. There's but one answer to this puzzle. A single possibility. What do you mean? Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime. Furthermore, it would indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene. And yet, Currently, we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the court. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction, with only one possible answer. Would you not agree, Mr. Wright? This reminds me of a puzzle.
I'm waiting for the true crossover where a puzzle shows up in court.
I know. The answer, it can't be.
Well, out with the supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight. What is your explanation for the current number of witnesses?
Ooh, the witch cast a spell on them. One of them is the witch.
She's a witch!
She's a witch.
She turned me into
Witch,
a
witch.
newt.
Which witch is a witch?
The Wicked Witch.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good song.
While it might seem far-fetched, the reality is actually rather simple. The real witch and the real murderer in this case is actually one of those 5 witnesses, but honestly, what they did saved Espella from getting stabbed, so I don't care, they can go clean. Everybody, let's party. Yeah.
Everybody
The
party
rogues
now.
are dead, the
Oh.
rogues are dead, the criminals and vigilante justice, yeah.
You know what's so weird? Why did the witch save Espella only to have her on trial and to be killed here?
I know. Well, I think she's trying to shift the blame.
Yeah.
One of these 5 witnesses. God, I hope it's drunk guy.
Oh,
You're right, it was me all along. I'm the witch. Ha 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 ha. Just pretending to be a man.
you're telling us that the witch is amongst the group of witnesses. What utter rubbish! There is no possible way that such a claim could be true.
That's right. You got a lot of nerve accusing one of us of being a witch.
We've told you nothing but the truth, and yet you still have the gall to batter around such an outrageous accusation.
Behold, as my trusty shield deflects your words like the very words that they are.
Inquisitor Barnham,
Yes, my lord.
I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession?
Yes, certainly, my lord. I have one here. I requested it from the court illustrator just in case.
Very well. The witnesses. I would like each of you to mark your location at the time of the murder. Here on this crime scene sketch. Quickly now.
The number of witnesses doesn't add up.
Ooh, the zoom.
It looks like we're getting somewhere now, but we haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. And it's all thanks to this top hat wearing gentleman. God damn it, he's such a gentleman.
With that square jaw
That square jaw.
and just irises.
Beady eyes. Oh god, it's either Kira or some guy. That's what it comes down to.
The court accepts this scene sketch into evidence.
If only one of the witnesses is a witch, that could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the
Oh
truth.
my god. Okay.
That would indeed be, appear to be the case, Mr. Wright.
Crossing.
Listen well, Sir Blue Knight.
Oh, wrong button.
The path you tread now is a dangerous one. Claiming that a witch is among these most honorable witnesses is a serious accusation, should it prove to be a false one. You will find yourself at the other end of my sword. Do I make myself clear?
Oh boy, it wouldn't be Ace Attorney if we didn't get someone else accused of murder.
Yeah. And our own lives threatened.
Huh. But that wasn't so much my suggestion.
Nice, GD.
I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who urged me to say it. Layton just like, what the fuck?
I didn't think they had buses in wherever this place is. But apparently they do,
I think
because
it's called a trolley.
a trolley. A horse-drawn carriage.
A horse-drawn trolley.
It is the same thing, Sir Blue Knight.
Indeed, it is the same thing.
It is the same thing, Mr. Wright. Oh boy.
Now, ready your sword of words.
But ready.
Were you listening? You claim the witch is not the accused and that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit. If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where that person was at the time of the crime. Can you not? Come now, Sir Blue Knight. Only you can enlighten us as to who the real witch actually is.
So what I'm waiting for is, now that we have that map with the people, I wonder if he's gonna go into a puzzle being like, up, 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 up.
Sir Doughy Defender, show us where the witch was at the exact moment the murder took place.
Bloop! It's oh no.
What?
The location of the witch? No, this is a red herring. You're looking for the location of the witch during the crime, not the witch itself.
I don't know, man.
What?
Do you think?
Keep going around kind of all the space. See if there's anything like, yeah, keep going around. Like, what?
Confidence save. Tactical save of confidence.
Yeah, tactical save of confidence.
I can't.
Oh, we can't. Okay, never mind. Because I would put it in the bushes just behind Espella.
I think so.
Because the casting range is about 1 meter, isn't it? So she has to be
I think
close.
it is, yeah.
Oh, right.
And the only way that
Well, yeah.
it'd either be close to Espella or close to the bad guys in the bushes.
Some circle within 1 meter radius of the caster.
Yeah.
So then that would put her
Right behind.
yeah, the muggy guy.
Yeah.
They put her like right here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 1 meter, like, yeah, like I'd say even go a little bit farther to the right, closer to them.
But she'd have to be hidden though. I think it's this little triple bush here.
It's either there or to the there.
Right, it could be here too.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just like,
I wish I had a thing for scale as well. Like how far are the distances here? Like is this entire thing like 10 meters or what is it? What is it? You know, look at this cutie.
Okay,
she's had enough of your shit.
You know what?
She's-
Like, as crazy as it sounds, I'd say put it like in between those two guys.
Oh my god.
What?
She was invisible.
Yeah.
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 No,
Yeah.
she was invisible.
Yeah. The witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So put it in between.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were just saying.
The two guys.
Yeah.
Really, like right here.
Yeah. 1 meter from the caster.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but it's also look at all. Okay.
Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight, not the caster themselves.
Oh.
No, it
okay.
doesn't.
Well, she can touch herself.
Dude.
Because and the dude tripped on the scepter in a bush.
Who tripped on it?
Yeah, the old guy. So it has to be the bush closest to the old guy.
Oh, that does make sense. That makes sense. Oh my god. All this is so good.
Okay. Okay. But that like 1 meter radius, would that not light the bushes on fire? I
No.
mean,
It
Go on.
creates a pyre of fire within a 1 meter radius. You've never played Dungeons and Dragons, so you have your casting range,
Yeah.
and then you have the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's where your
you
reticle
can
is.
summon the pillar of fire anywhere within a
Okay.
meter of your thing, not that your entire meter
Okay.
will look tonight.
Because then otherwise you'd light on fire.
Yeah, go farther to the right so you can still see all the bushes, but yeah. Cheat it a little bit to the right. There you go. Good. Good. Just like that. Just like that.
Got it.
The witch was standing, probably somewhere around here. Somewhere around there. Shit.
It looks like it is your head that is currently somewhere else, Blue Knight.
What do you mean? I believe he's trying to convey that your answer was incorrect. Well, he didn't need to be so harsh about it. I still can't save. If I may, Mr. Wright, keep in mind that the real witch is among the witnesses, so we cannot be completely certain that their testimonies are all true. Of course, that's true. Well, looks like he's relying on the witness testimonies out the window.
Mr. Wright, the witch used the spell Ignace, right? Take a look at the Grand Grimoire, and we're bound to find something in there.
Okay, so maybe they're saying that there was.
Summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation in the scepter.
Who heard Ignace?
All of them.
Yeah. That was all of them.
Even if the witness is lying up a storm, whatever's inside the Grand Grimoire has to be the truth, right?
Okay, I think that what's his face is like some guy. I think that he was there, but he didn't.
Oh, no.
it's okay.
Sir Doughy Defender, do not waste the course time with such ridiculous answers.
I can't save here.
I think that it happened between Mary and Wordsmith
Okay.
because
So
they
no
both
defendant.
heard Ignace.
Yeah.
And they both said they heard
Show us
Ignace.
the location of which we're on the crime.
I went on that damn staff info.
No, no. Oh, I don't think the guy ever said he heard Ignace, did he?
I don't
Because I know
know.
that Mary and what's his face did.
See, still.
I don't know.
I know.
This is my theory.
Move the magnifying glass like anywhere else. I just want to see what that map looks like. It's kind of like it's a 1 meter circle from those dudes. So I think oh man.
What's the other piece of evidence we have that I don't know what it is?
Other piece of evidence?
Go to the court record. There's
it's,
like a scroll.
It's the map itself.
Oh, it's the map?
Play details. Like, why don't you click on details? See what it says?
Yeah.
Literally does this.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you thinking? Where you at?
Staff in the hand, but no witches in the bush. I mean, the only other one that makes sense to me is here, but jeez. Unless it is here.
Like 1 meter is not long. You know what I mean? Like truly, this is a meter approximately.
Yeah, people are about like a bit
About
almost.
3.2 feet or something like that. So I'd say, yeah, Gethillion.
Yeah?
Send.
I wish I could see the illustration again.
Yeah, the only thing is like go closer to the right, where those bushes are. Like that's closer. Like you could say right there, and I think those ones don't feel good.
Yeah, maybe just select the doodles and then go there.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, well they said check the Grand Grimoire, and I think within
It's
a
because of
1
the meter thing.
meter radius of the caster, yeah.
Yeah, try that.
Got it.
The witch must have been standing here.
Objection.
Okay, that's good.
What is the meaning of this?
Okay, that's good.
Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of these witnesses.
Objection.
There we go.
Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this.
The Grand Grimoire.
According to this tome, Ignace summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Yeah, damn it. That's too bad. We just didn't know how far a meter was.
Well, I mean,
Sad. Sad. That's 50 picker rats that we lost.
what?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell.
Objection.
Of course. You needn't say any more, Sir Moonlight. First off, notice that there is no one else in the area other than the accused. It should also be quite obvious from the sketch that there is clearly nowhere for anyone to hide.
Objection.
True, there aren't any hiding spots. However, there is one other possibility if a witch wanted to stay hidden from sight.
Most intriguing. Since you seem to love showing evidence, prove it. How was the witch able to hide in plain sight?
Oh, she could have just cast like, yeah.
I mean,
Demir on like a cloth and then hid under the cloth.
No, that's true.
Like you can enchant
You
an
and your
item.
Harry Potter note or things.
we can present a.
Oh, we can present the spell.
Yeah, present the spell.
Causes
Do we
anything the
lose
caster touches
speed?
to vanish from sight. Simply casting a meter.
There we go. Presente.
I'm gonna present this.
Demir.
Take that.
This Tala Magica contains 2 magic gems. Ignaze and 1 other spell. That's right, Demire.
Demir. It cannot be.
That's right. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene. Only, they were completely invisible. All thanks to the magic spell Demir.
What foolishness is this?
So I guess they can make themselves invisible with it? No, it says an object? Or are they gonna do an object?
I say you touch yourself and then you take your clothes off and then you're invisible.
Boom.
Order in the court. The defender, what are you getting at? I thought the witch used a mirror to make the Tala Magica disappear.
Objection!
According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Demir, it causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words, supposing the witch was holding a staff in one hand while touching part of their body with the other. That would make them self-disappear. Professional wizard Phoenix Wright.
Are you implying that this is the reason for a conflicting number of witnesses?
Indeed it is, which means witnesses.
The Layton slam!
Someone amongst you is not disclosing the entire truth, and that person is the witch we seek. I believe this is the most probable scenario. Honorable witnesses. Will you testify to the court one final time? Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at the scene of the crime.
How absurd! The purpose of this trial is to convict that girl of a crime, is it not?
That's right. We're not witches.
Witnesses, I ask that you listen. There is a witch mingling among you. That's right. I'm afraid you are all no longer brothers in arms. Oh my god.
Let's see how
sowing the seeds of insurrection.
I know, right? They're gonna tear each other apart.
The true opponent here is within your own group.
The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Time to put an end to this trial. What we saw and what we didn't see.
You wish to know where we were all standing? That matters not. Would the flames not burn just the same?
That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream.
I heard the tiniest cry, and when I turned around, the blighters were roasting, so I rushed right over.
I heard the incantation, then the flame suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people were there with us.
As I said, there were only 3 people present, like the man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf.
A most heinous act indeed. No small wonder these witnesses are so confused.
A witch amongst the witnesses. What an utterly baseless claim.
I don't think so, Barnum. The only baseless claim in this case is of Espella being a witch. It's more than a little likely that one of these witnesses is the culprit. These testimonies are bound to tell me who the real witch is.
Alright. You wish to know where we were all standing? It matters not what the flames not burn just the same.
I'm not burning you.
Hold it!
In other words, you're not sure exactly what happened tonight, is that right?
Defender, I fought with burning vigor this night. Do not belittle my efforts.
Oh, I got it! Oh my god, it all makes sense. Luke, he's so small, and he had access to the Grand Grimoire. There was probably a scepter. He went out, and to the best, to his merit,
yeah,
he saved
Yeah.
Espella. But we just gotta burn him.
Yeah, gotta burn him.
Gotta burn him. He's a witch.
Damn. You know what? I'm glad you saw that one, man.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker, boys. Let's wrap up this case. All right. Moving on. How do we get him? All right, game. Give us the things. Give us all the things.
Read the thing.
Oh, this is Defender. I fall with burning vigor. This night do not belittle my efforts.
Right.
A knight does not just run away at the mere sight of fire. Huh!
No one even said anything about running away.
But if I might be perfectly straight with you, I would rather be perfectly gay with you. The pillar of fire illuminated the area as it rose high into the air. There, by the fire, was the witch, and excluding the two unfortunate knaves, I counted 3 others at the scene.
Oh, no, I didn't want to. I wanted to scroll. I tried to scroll with my finger. Exactly. That means there were only 4 witnesses at the scene of the crime.
Can you still scroll?
Hold on, sir.
Ha ha ha.
You can.
I wonder if this is different. And that's really interesting. They have a nice little portrait for
Hang on.
Hey, Steve Design.
First time at an Ace Attorney stream or a Professor Layton stream. Just finished a Danganronpa 2 playlist. Any others in chats slogging through the NyanCave backlog?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Thank you so much, Steve D-Sign. Because it's almost like a DS sign. Or do you think it's D-Sign? Anyways, design. That's fun. Regardless, I hugely appreciate the support and coming checking us out live. Great to have you here. And yeah, who else is on the backlog?
Who else is deep into the NyanCave?
Who else?
Also, Jess, I am using a stylus. I just tried to use the stylus without looking. I'm usually pretty good at it, but... Excuse me, Miss Kira.
What do you want?
Oh my god, you were gonna burn.
What do you want?
You looked like you had something to say about the testimony just now.
Well, it was about the number of people at the crime scene.
Oh, you
Have
can use
you
a circle pad.
ever played the Daisy Battle game?
And yeah, okay. Something happened with the donation text where it just all got moved down. It somehow changed from being top aligned to being middle aligned, and I don't know where or when this happened, but it did, and it's annoying, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have to go through all of our donations and fix it manually. I haven't looked yet.
Daisy
I've just been
Battle
dreading it. Sorry.
1 witness, 2 witnesses, 3 witnesses, 4 witnesses, 5 witnesses, 6 witnesses.
What an adorable game. Seems like something out of a fairy tale.
Seriously, Your Honor.
Anyway, you may continue your testimony, witness.
That flame, I never saw anything like it. It quite literally left me speechless. I couldn't even so much as scream.
I can't use okay, I can't use that.
You wish to know where we were all standing tonight, and it matters not.
In other words, not sure exactly what happened.
Ba 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 ba. The fire was the witch, and including the 2 unfortunate knaves, I counted 3 others at the scene. What?
Oh,
You think it's different?
I'm thinking it might be. I mean, the text is definitely different.
Hang on!
Hang on.
Hang on.
Skira.
Oh, what do you want?
Yeah, okay.
No,
It is the same.
1 witness, 2 witness. Ah, ba, ba, ba.
It's a distraction. She's trying to throw us off.
Bless you. And now press her.
Yeah, I kind of want to finish the other guys, but... It must have been pretty terrifying, huh?
Yes, it's the kind of thing you only read about in books. The moment that pillar of fire erupted, I could feel my throat tightening up. It was so difficult to breathe, I couldn't even manage so much as a scream.
Quite. After all, the flames engulfed the scene in the blink of an eye.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's all I can... that's why I can't really remember.
Amnesia.
Struck with amnesia?
So, you can't remember the number of people at the crime scene. Naturally, that is understandable, witness.
That's
I used to be
also
a
why.
great hunter, then I took an arrow to the amnesia.
I was a little late getting to the scene compared to the others.
Oh God, she's gonna burn.
I heard the tiniest cry, and then when I looked and turned around, the blighters were roasting, so I rushed right over.
The tiniest cry.
It might have been someone saying the incantation of that spell. My memories are kind of hazy on that one. It scared me good, though. Never jumped up to my feet so fast in all my life. Nearly had a heart attack, I tell you.
Jumped up.
That's right. It was still raining cats and dogs, so being the resourceful chap that I am, I decided to snooze under a tree for a bit.
Oh my God. Hang on! Is everything all right, Mr. Wordsmith?
What is it that you want this time, young one?
I just wanted to know if you had any thoughts on the testimony just now.
Ah, yes. Thoughts about slumbering under a tree, you mean? Like the great Buddha.
Slumbering?
I often find myself weaving the most intricate of dreams under that very tree. Of course, I could not nap tonight, not with that uncouth man usurping my special dream spot, could I?
So he was there.
Are you using this cross-examination to argue over a napping spot?
Let us hope that such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future.
Witness, please continue your testimony.
Can I get a witness? Oh.
I heard the incantation, then the flames suddenly erupted. I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us.
This is a long one, man. Are you absolutely certain?
Well, I believe so, but then when you think about it, can anyone really be absolutely certain of anything?
It worries me that you're saying that in the middle of a cross-examination.
I believe the witness means that there is no way that she can be certain whether there were 4 witnesses or 5 at the crime scene.
Anyhow, there was a matter of great importance that Snowy and I had to attend to.
Ah, you must mean...
That's right, the milk. If any soot got into that milk, it would be a tragedy to end all tragedies.
No, that's a
straight
cool
overflowing.
Yep.
Could I stop you there, mister?
Oh my.
Hang on.
Oh, Letitia.
Mister! Nice.
Oh, turn down the volume, Bluey.
That's my line. Does anything come to mind regarding Miss Mary's testimony?
Nope, not really. Nothing important anyways. It's just that I think this old lady's full of it.
Oh, shit! Huh?
Say what?
I'm talking about the milkman. The milk! You'll know the second you try the stuff. It ain't nothing to write home about, let me tell you.
What are you saying you don't? Who on earth would let you drink anything as delicious as milk from my farm? A ruffian like you's better served by whatever unthinkable liquid is in that never-ending mug of yours.
Are you guys using this cross-examination to argue over milk?
Everyone's getting in fights. We're tearing them apart.
Let us hope such arguments do not lead to any criminal acts in the future.
Witness, please continue your testimony.
As I said, there were only 3 other present, like the man there who was stumbling around like a newborn calf.
That's gonna be the one that gets him. Because these 2 were together, but then Kira is the one that's out.
Mm-hmm.
So, including yourself, there were a total of 4 witnesses at the crime scene, correct?
That is how it has come to pass.
By the way, what do you mean by stumbling around like a newborn calf?
Ah, yes. That man was inebriated as he was loud. Quite a humorous sight I dare say.
He must mean the witness permanently glued to his cup of whatever it is he's drinking. Is that isopropyl alcohol? Oh, God.
When I saw the flames rise up to the sky, I wondered to myself, my word, whatever happened could be. However, I could not simply walk over to check. My knees were a bit weak from shock and spaghetti. That's when the wobbly-legged gentleman came running over.
Wobbly-legged gentleman, what do you have to say about this? Hang on! Is something the matter, mister? Mister!
Tone down the volume, Bluey.
That's my line.
Sir Blue Knight, next time please think before trying to press this witness.
Looks like this guy even managed to scare Barnum half to death. Now then, sir, about the wordsmith's testimony just now. He claimed that you were stumbling around. What does he mean by that?
I'm gonna set the record straight right now. In no way was I stumbling around anywhere.
Honestly, you know what this theme makes me think? It makes me think that this guy's gonna show up at like every trial.
Oh god.
He's just gonna kick the door in every time we've basically won.
His voice destroys my throat.
Oh,
Better get used to it.
Yeah, try to find that release in it.
I know.
Oh my god.
I'd like to think it was more like staggering with style.
We're not aiming for the truck.
Irresponsible adults should know better than to go stumbling around in the dead of night.
Hey, look! I don't just go stumbling around like some clumsy idiot. I've got more sense than that.
Raymond, I hope this theme is called Some Guy's Theme.
But anyway, I kinda tripped over a large stone. I mean, you don't exactly see what's going on the ground in front of you when you're running at full pelt, right? So, you could say I put my life on the line, proving that you really need to watch where you're going when you run.
How courageous of you. Someone give this guy a medal. Yes, it is definitely a Toy Story reference, Steve. At least I think so.
My lord, this testimony is meaningless, waste of everyone's time.
And by the way, was that Toy Story reference? Is that a JoJo reference?
Ha.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Well, Defender, is there a point to this particular line of questioning?
Is there anything we should be pursuing here? What should I do? Question it further. The witness stated earlier that he tripped over a large stone. Mister, I have one question for you. Why weren't you watching what was in front of you?
Well, to be honest with you, it ain't much of a reason, but something suddenly caught my attention. I don't know where I heard someone call out my name.
You heard your name.
Oh my god. His name's Amir, isn't it?
Oh no.
Of course, I turned around when I heard it. Who wouldn't? When a woman calls your name, you pay attention, am I right?
So, you heard someone call out, "Hey, you!" From behind, you mean?
Fucking got him. Her.
I know.
What? I said they called out my name. How many times, or how many guys do you know called, "Hey, you"? My name is Amir. And don't you forget it, Bluey, you hear me?
Oh man.
I must say, this gentleman really does not strike me as an Amir.
You know, Professor, it's not a very memorable name, yeah. Oh, yeah, is it?
No.
That's pretty harsh, guys.
Honorable witness, is there anyone among you who was aware of this man's name prior to now?
Not at all. He's always just been Mister to me.
Well, nice is only as good as the name of his sword he carries.
Oh man, Kira just sweating buckets right now.
It's the first I've heard of this. I dare say I did not expect his name to be such as Amir.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know his name either. I only remember the names of most of my loyal customers.
Okay, it looks like absolutely no one knew the witness's name.
How did our chat wants to know how I know, and I'll explain it as we go.
You know, I ain't really much of a surprise to me either. But seriously, I definitely heard someone call me name. When you get to be me age, You really start to wonder when you'll find that true love, you know? I thought that pretty voice tonight might have been Miss Sweetie.
Your Honor, I don't believe we should be so quick to label Mr. Amir's testimony meaningless. Would you not agree? I request that the witness add this amusing anecdote to his testimony. Understood. Witness, amend your testimony, but please reflect only on the important points of your story.
I'm telling ya, I heard someone call me name, and I was looking around trying to find them. I hurried to the scene, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call me name from behind.
I heard the incantation, then the flames suddenly erupted, I'm certain of it. I only saw 3 people there with us. That flame, I never saw anything quite like it. It left me speechless, I couldn't scream.
Yeah, okay, so we are moving forward through this all the same.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Should we call him?
we present to him
The spell?
the spell.
But
We should read the rest of them, though.
no, go to, we don't have a mirror.
No,
Yes, we-
it's right here, it's right here. Read this one?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah. Amir.
And that's how, because I read. I did reading, chat. I did reading. Are you proud of me, chat? Tell me, are you proud of me? I did reading, just like you always say.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely certain? Got it, Mr. Mega.
Well, I believe so, but when you think about it, can anyone really be absolutely certain of anything?
It worries me that you're saying that in the middle of a cross-examination.
I believe the witness means that there is no way she can be certain whether there were 4 witnesses or 5 at the crime scene.
Anyhow, there was a matter of great importance that Snowy and I had to tend to.
Ah, you must mean...
That's right, the milk. If any soot had gotten into that milk, it would have been a tragedy to end all tragedies.
I see. No use crying over spoiled milk, I say.
As I was saying, I ran as fast as I could to get the girl away from the flames. But I took the milk bucket from her and wrapped it in my scarf.
It doesn't look like there's anything out of place in her testimony, except maybe her priorities.
I like how she said she wiped the mud off with her, like with an old rag earlier, and then she now said a scarf.
Yeah.
There's a flaw in your testimony. You're a witch.
Oh.
Hold it!
Excuse me, Amir.
Don't sweat it, Bluey. Mr. Hey You. It's all the same to me.
You stated that you heard your name being called from behind. Are you absolutely sure about that?
Well, right or wrong, it sure sounded like me name. I mean, what else could it have been? I wouldn't have remembered it happening if I hadn't heard something, right? Still. Maybe there's a chance I just imagined it, huh? But anyway, I remember it came from somewhere behind me.
From somewhere behind you? Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Well, Amir's memory isn't the most accurate, but if what he says is true, then there's definitely something there.
Ooh, we can also send the map, because the map has our locations.
Yeah.
And Kira placed
in
herself
behind.
behind.
Something, you say? Might you mean a contradiction? Yeah, I think so. Although, I don't know. There's just something about this something strange in his testimony. I don't see any decisive evidence in the court record that can help. Do you mean to say that you found a contradiction that you cannot be supported by evidence?
Objection!
Bam.
My lord, this line of interrogation is a complete waste of our court's time.
Defender, I must warn you. From here on, any unnecessary questioning will be dealt with accordingly.
If I don't answer correctly here, it's curtains for the trial and for Espella.
You're intent on finding the fault in this man's testimony. You will need to present decisive evidence to back up your claims.
There's not a single piece of evidence in the court record. What do I do now?
Mr. Wright,
Mr. Layton!
I have an idea. I believe there's a weapon of sorts with which you'll be able to expose this contradiction without the need of evidence.
A weapon.
Is it a save?
Now, defender, give us your answer.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense finds that the witness's testimony... Should I just do it? I'm gonna do it.
Oh, or do you have the other?
Contains a clear contradiction. Your Honor, the defense believes there's a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. I hope it's not a contradiction, though. It's kind of like a coincidence type thing.
What is this? You must be an even bigger fool than I thought, Sir Blue Knight. You really do not possess even a sliver of common sense, do you?
Objection.
Oh,
If I may interrupt for just a moment, Inquisitor Barnum, allow me to ask you this. What need is there for common sense in a world which forgoes using it? Accordingly, I must humbly ask that you discard such manner of thinking.
Whatever do you mean?
You have my utmost thanks for placing your trust in me, Mr. Wright. Let us discuss the one remaining weapon in this cross-examination.
the remaining weapon.
This trial has taught us a valuable new technique to be used in the courtroom, has it not?
You mean questioning, right, Professor?
Indeed it is, Luke.
Right.
Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. That gives me an idea. In addition to catching a witness off guard and questioning them about another's testimony, there is one more thing.
There's something else we can get from a 5-person cross-examination? That's right, of course!
Indeed, Mr. Wright. Contradictions. Should one witness's testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself could be considered a contradiction, can it not?
Testimony contradicting testimony! I never would have thought of that until now.
Enough, Sir Blue Knight. Are you prepared to present to the court evidence proving the contradiction within this witness's testimony?
The witness's testimony does not contradict any evidence. It contradicts a testimony.
Oh! What are you talking about?
It is time, Mr. Wright. Have a look at the touchscreen.
Oh my god.
There, you will see the testimony of the witness in question, as well as those of other witnesses.
Oh,
Oh. Woo! Okay. Okay.
We're having emulator problems.
not emulator.
Not
Capture
emulator?
card.
Capture card.
Capture card problems.
Oh, yeah, God.
The excitement is breaking our game.
Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da. Boop ba da boop.
Blow it. Yeah, maybe that's good.
The USB device is
Okay,
not
here we go.
Or mouth. Okay, good.
10? There we
So
go.
far.
Okay.
Keep your
Tension
eyes peeled
building.
and identify the contradicting testimony.
All right, let's give this another shot, Nick. And make sure you don't forget to take a look at the court record, too.
I wish Maya got to be smart.
And is that it? Is that what's good?
Oof.
No, we missed our opportunity to save.
Oh, we did? Yeah, I can't save you.
We could have saved into that little.
Heard it
Yeah.
smart and ended up tripping when I
Oh.
heard someone call my name from behind. You wish to know where we all were standing tonight matters not. It's all the same.
I flame and never said anything quietly. Literally, especially speechless. I couldn't so much as scream.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It's
Incantation
hers
of the
be-
flames, yeah, because she screamed. She couldn't scream, but he
Yeah.
heard her, and she's
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah.
Objection!
Oh, the double.
left and right. There it is.
Everyone goes wild.
The person contradicting this man's testimony
is
gonna be found out tomorrow at 12:30. So y'all better be there. Do not be square. Be around. If you don't already know that my name's Tom, this guy's playing that guy's the Android. Now you do.
Hi.
You should probably subscribe to the channel and like the videos that we do. If you dig what we're doing, we go live all the time. Also tonight we got at 3:30 our RE Chain of Memories tonight. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna put some stuff on the board. I'm doing it.
Do it. Yeah, tomorrow, 12:30. It's lit, fam. It's great.
It's lit, fam.
It's
Dab on the
lit,
haters.
fam. Yeah. Good game.
Good game.
Good game. Also, not gonna say I called it, but you all saw the footage. Playing Recoded. Give me a lot of fun. Coming at you. Whoo, chat a little lag there. Did Tom just say Chain of Memories? Probably.
Probably. Recoded.
Recoded! Man, that's a game. Oh,
That's
boy.
a game.
Yeah, I'm liking it, but man, like, gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed up.
Dressed like PL? I would love to, Steve. Honestly, I don't know if we put it up yet, but we're having a cosplay goal for Patreon. So
Yeah.
when that happens, we're gonna do some cosplay, and the patrons will decide.
Yeah, winged.
Tom whispered, "Blow it," when Clay was bent over and had his head under the table. Ha ha ha.
Nice.
Ha 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 ha. Funny story, Winged.
Funny story. Anyways,
So,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Good thing. We'll see y'all in just under an hour, about 52 minutes away from RE Coded Kingdom Hearts.
Bye.
Bye. I love you.